Now, when I say that I'm usually, not all of them, because I will admit, 2 of my 10 favorites are isekais of a sort. But when I say I usually try to skip isekais because they give me a freaking headache, I usually do. But I heard such great words about this show from so many people. Obviously, mostly manga readers, because I don't know many personal people that knew much about it. So going into it, I went into it blind. And I'll admit, probably the first 11, 12 episodes, I kind of wanted to just drop it. Just, I didn't know how long of a series it is. 20 episodes this for locked in right now. And, it had its moments and its ups and downs. The fight scenes were pretty great. And the character designs were pretty awesome. And that there is there's a lot of characters in this show. But once we got to the last 8 episodes, it completely, I wouldn't say blew my mind, but it surprised me so hard. Oh my gosh. So I'm not really going to try to get into spoiler territory for this or try to draw you in, but I want to talk about how amazing that series ended up becoming. Now, obviously, like I stated earlier, manga readers and everybody else are going to have a head start on this. And I'm going to admit, they were right. When people tell you to stick with the series because they say it's going to get better, you don't always trust it. And I know there's a lot of people that stick to that 3-episode rule of if it's not interesting in 3 episodes, it's gone for them. And I find that really hard to do because, as it says is to say, because a lot of seasonals obviously are 12 episodes, but a lot of them always pick up around the halfway mark, and that's usually where I quit if I don't like it, which kind of sucks because you waste so much time. But oh my gosh, let's get into the main reasons. So like I stated earlier, you've got your main character Sid, who is the character that ends up getting isekai'd and is the main protagonist. Or no, I wouldn't call him exactly a protagonist, but he's kind of a protagonist of the series. And he, in his original world, he was trying to fight crime and defend what he believes his moral values were right. However, he knew he couldn't be as strong as he wanted to be because he wants to be legitimately an atomic bomb. As his catchphrase says, I am atomic. But, so he saves this girl, and then right after that, pretty much dies, reincarnates, and starts this, not necessarily a harem because, it's not, but just a huge group of girls called Shadow Garden. He goes by Shadow in this other world and also goes by Sid because he wants to play the back row character, the one that's just, he gets passed by, but also be the star of the show. The side girls do have, obviously, personalities that do stick out. You can tell one from one. And they're, named Alpha, Beta, Delta, etc. Because from what we know, especially with this last episode here, there's a lot of these girls. We're talking in the hundreds, 666 minimally. But they all play an important part to what Sid is trying to accomplish in this world. And he is able to train from the very beginning and get to exactly where he wants to get. And now that's pretty much where the season ends, of setting up for the bigger story, which, oh my gosh, is so fantastic. We've got, one conflict going on with him and what he needs to do, and then we've got another conflict with the city and the guards and everything going on. He creates this almost like I said, illusional drama that feels at first kind of why is this dragging on? And then once the plot actually gets developed and set up, they do a really good job of that. Once you get over that initial, this is what's going on, these are the characters, and this is the conflict and travesty going on in these cities, while at the same time, besides his shadow persona, showing what goes on in his personal life and all of the conflicts within that as well. They do a very fantastic job of that with all of it, with just everything. They set it up very well, and I regret ever saying that this one is not really worth it, because it is. And if you haven't watched this series, you have to go watch it. It's 20 episodes for this season that just ended literally today, and rumor has it that there's a very high possibility that it is getting renewed for a second season. And, you know, that'll probably be for another year and a half, 2 years. So you got plenty of time to catch up to it. Would I rush it to the top of your list? I mean, if you're into this kind of stuff, yes, I really would. You know, maybe not if you're got some things that you think are very priority. You know, give it time, but you must give it a shot. Even the sequential, like, action scenes that they do have, while some of the animation in this can be a slight bit shoddy, I think Studio Nexus does a pretty damn fantastic job of the action scenes, especially in the latter half of the series. And the characters were likable. It does a very fantastic job. The comedy in it can be kind of hit or miss. However, it does hit the nail on the coffin most of the time. Man. Whew. And on top of it, you know, we've got these really cute girls in it as well. So if you're into that, that's your thing. And we've got them from all strokes of life. You know, you got like your yandere, your tsundere, your just quite cute girls, and you even got your toughies. Seriously, I'm not even exaggerating. Please, please, please go watch this show. And that has been my spoiler-free exclamation of Eminence and Shadow. But for real, that's pretty much all I really had to say about that. I was just shook because, like I said in the beginning, I was going to drop it, and by the end, I wanted more, and I'm really sad that it's over now. It was just a complete 180, and it was unexpected, but a good unexpectation, because it is always good to have a series you think is going to be bad and turns out to be really good, than a series that thinks to be really good and turns out being really bad. So, yeah. So, with that being said, if you stayed this long, I thank you very much. If you feel like leaving a like, please do. And if you want to subscribe, I upload weekly. Just, you know, we just talk about episodes of seasonal animes, and I review some other series on top of it, you know. So, yeah. Thank you very much. This has been Squids, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.